Pyruby.
What's going on? This is My Life in the Shot. I'm your host, Donald Washington. I wanted to bring y'all guns, violence, but I want to more importantly bring y'all solutions to the guns, drugs, violence in Chicago. I got Muhammad Morocco with me. You know what I'm saying, man? We ran the streets together, man. And I wanted to bring solutions to a common problem because all too often do we talk about the problem with gun violence in Chicago. Let's talk solutions, let's talk problems, gangs. And Chicago, we got the most corrupt politics on the fucking planet. What's going on, Rock? What's to it, bro?
Oh man, how you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm alright, man. Our children are dying out there by the hundreds, man. And as, you know what I'm saying, people, how we ran the streets, you know what I'm saying, we was in the same thing. We was in it. Now our children are out there in this gun violence, man. Same as we ran the streets, man. I want to talk solutions, bro. Go ahead.
I mean, the solution to it will be knowledge. You know, the solution to the problem will be the fact that me and you know what I'm saying, in our area that was out there that's not teaching the youth today. You know, a lot of them just following the footsteps of the stories they heard from the things we did in the 90s, the 80s, just as we did. So that's what's going on today is a lot of these youth just following trends, what they think is cool. You know, so it's really for us to show a different way, like you doing with this video, and like some other people are doing, with programs that they got going on. That's the only way to say.
But you know what? But you know what, man? See, but back then, we had a code of honor. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the whole neighborhood was all one gang. Blackstones. This was Solid Foes, GDs, Vice Lords. Now, these cliques, they won with cats on another block. And no,
I mean,
go ahead.
You're right. Today's cliques, you know what I'm saying? But we did that. You said, as far as when I say we did that, I mean not me and you per se, but our generation. We allowed the cliques. We let these cliques form. So when these cliques form, they got out of hand, and now this is the backlash from what we allowed. You know, when we had, you know what I'm saying, the tribe, and we was all stoning it, or you had those that was with the GDs or the foes or the vice lord, they had structure. And when things happen, you know, they had their rules and regulations. Nowadays, you get cliques. There's no structures, no rules, there's no regulations. There's nobody to be held accountable for nothing that's going on. Then you get everybody, every mob involved in this one clique. So, you know, today it's on a whole different wavelength than it was when we was youth, when we was growing up.
Right. So back then we had the whole hood locked down to where nobody could fuck with one of ours and nobody in the area. We had everybody protected in the neighborhood. Wasn't no warrant with the next man on the block. We shut that shit down. If anything, another motherfucker from the other hood you'll be warned with, or the other side, but you wasn't warned with a motherfucker in this area. It wasn't happening, whether it was robbing another motherfucker, we was shutting that shit down. You couldn't fuck with nobody in our hood, know what I'm saying? Unless it just wasn't happening. We don't give a fuck who it was. But now, motherfuckers robbing each other, killing each other. The shit just getting bananas, man.
I mean, it's the difference of the teachers. We came up, like I said, we came up with lessons. We came up with rules and regulations. We had laws to abide by. You know, we don't have that today. You know, when we came up, you know, we got together. We had gatherings and we had an understanding. We knew what we could and could not do. Today they don't have that. Then on top of that, they got different designer shows. They know those influencing them out of the year. You know, we didn't have that back then. We had more people that was trying to uplift the community and protect the community than destroy it. Today they more so that trying to destroy the community versus uplifting and hold it to self. You know, we were trying to conquer our community to the point that, you know, everything within it was ours, that everybody was going to be protected, everybody was going to be safe. You know, that we was protecting against people getting robbed, against those things. That was our angle. Yeah, everybody did their dirt, everybody had they share in some type of form of trouble. You know, but we was growing. For the most part, we weren't reckless like it is today.
Yeah, right. And if we don't stop it, and so you know what, man, and then a lot of people look at gangs as being a horrible thing, but gangs can also be, it started off as a positive thing, man. Everybody looking out for each other on jobs, looking out for each other, made sure you wasn't getting bullied, made sure your kids was cool, made sure my kids were cool, shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So gangs,
I mean, yeah, gangs started for a positive note.
your family.
Yeah.
I remember, man, getting out of school and somebody say, man, blah, 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 was fucking with me from the other side. What? I ain't even know what I'm saying. I ain't had shit to do with it. But if I heard you was getting fucked with or somebody was getting fucked with, we went and handled it and made sure you was cool and you never got fucked with again. You know what I'm saying? So, in the time, gangs was solidarity, man. We came together for the community and we did positive things also too.
Well, see, today we have gangs. Back then we had organizations. We was more organized.
Right,
You know,
right.
today we have gangs. Today we got senseless crimes. You know, but it all formed from yesterday. You know, we can't place the blame solely on these youth today because we was once youth and we led them astray too. You know,
Right.
I don't take the blame away from myself. You know, and I don't take the blame away from nobody else of my era or older because we led the destruction to what's going on today. You know, we stopped educating. We stopped enforcing law. We stopped doing a lot of things. We gave up on self. So this is the outcome. You
Right.
know, we can't be mad. All we gotta do is just get together and try to fix it because we designed this. We made our neighborhoods the way it is. You know, by our lack of involvement and by our lack of keeping the education going with the youth. We let this happen. You know, it would never be no clicks if we would have stood firm on what we had going on. You know, we strayed. So this is the outcome.
Right, absolutely, right. And we seeing the carnage and the backlash on the streets, man. So also I want to talk solutions. What do we do to bring these young brothers back? And so that's what I was saying. I say a lot of my shows that we need black economics. We need to start teaching and educating our own children. See, we sending these kids to other communities, other neighborhoods to get educated. We letting everybody outside of our community come in and educate our children. They teaching our children about white Jesus and Christopher Columbus discovered America and people who can't even relate to our children.
I mean, first, you got to go back and change it all because we know that Chris Columbus didn't discover anything. He made this of people. He landed on a plantation of land that was already here that was discovered and built anyway. You know, so that part of it is like that's on us to educate our kids and give them the truth. Because Chris Columbus, he was nobody. He means nothing to our history. That's for the European history. As far as the politics and things like that is going on. I mean, we gotta look at this, bro. Before we can end and have any solution, we gotta figure out who we are. You know, you got most of us, are only, African American since the 80s. So you got those as black and Negroes before them, and that's not a true identity. So in order for all this to stop, we have to go back and dig and find out who we really are. And that's the problem. You know, a lot of us is only acting up because we don't know who we are. So the inside of us is acting up. That God in us is acting up. The king inside of us is acting up because we're tired of being slave and underneath the slave mentality of the United States. That's what's going on. That's why the mass of our people is acting up because they don't know why they acting up. They don't know who they are. It's written. The time is going to come for us to rise for that we don't know who we are. We're going to return back to our throne. And then there's the times we're going through right now. So it's shaking ground. Before things get better, got to be destroyed. And that's the truth of the matter.
Absolutely. Also, man, we also got to talk about, man, like back then it wasn't as many guns. Imagine even back then with as many guns that's on the streets, man. Guns today is like, man, you could go get anything, $200-$300. Shit, you got whatever you want.
I mean, that's Rex 84. That's Rex 84, the King Alfred plan. That's their design. Their design is to make the legalized guns so every household can have a gun. So when they enforce martial law, that's why they're going to enforce martial law. They're going to take away the Second Amendment and they're going to make guns illegal. So they're going to come in everybody's home to take the guns. So that's a design that they're doing, and that's something they've been trying to plan and doing for quite some time. For decades, it's just not unfolded. It started off as King Alfred plan, turned into Rex 84. Now I don't know the name that they designed it under, but it's still happening. That's why the president to this day is targeting Chicago because that's where it's supposed to happen at. Chicago is the breaking ground for all of this, and that's why they target us to this day because they know that all of the gangs, all of the organizations, all started from right here. You wouldn't have no Bloods, none of that, if it wasn't for the Blackstone Rangers, T. Rogers that went out there. So you wouldn't have a lot of these organizations, that's around the globe right now if it didn't come from us. Even when it comes to the religious aspect of Nation of Islam or the American Muslim Society, it all started right here in Chicago. So a lot of things that surrounded us as a people all started right here. You know, so they have to destroy home to destroy the rest of us.
Right, right. And so and this is the carnage. I'm showing pictures of Chicago and of the dead bodies, because as a videographer, when I was out there, when I was filming my documentary, people was like, damn, how was you able to get all those crazy scenes, you know? And I'm like, shit, you go out there on a Friday night, you were able to see 2 dead bodies, you know what I'm saying? And hella prayer vigils, man, of mothers breaking down, family members, man, just distraught, man. So I was able to go out there and get stuff like that, man. It's where other cities, people couldn't get that, you know, because it just wasn't like it was, you know, man. On Saturday, you go out to Chicago, man, and you get a call, yeah, somebody dead on 79th. And matter of fact, one time I did get a call. I was on 71st, and somebody was dead in the car on 75th. And I seen it on Facebook, like, yeah, somebody dead on the car 75th. I'm like, fuck, I'm on 71st. I just rolled around there, pulled out my camera. And they pulling dead bodies, you know what I'm saying, dead bodies out the car, you know. So
I mean, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate for our society. It's fortunate for your program. You know, it's a blessing and a curse. You know, you need the footage, but it's a curse, you know, and it's unfortunate for those who you get the footage of.
But look, look at how many people profit from our destruction. How many people profit from the death and carnage, man, from the prison population, from the prison slave labor they having. So many people, the prisons, they even privatized the prisons. They profiting billions from our destruction. So, you know, and a lot of people say it's by design for us to kill ourselves.
It is by design. I mean, you have to figure this. If what they consider to be slavery was once true, and they consider the way that they teach us slavery was true, then that means that they never wanted us to know our true identity. They never taught us the truth. So everything they taught us has been a hidden agenda, has been a lie. So it's on us to break off all the chains of the slavery that they place upon us on every aspect. From the religious aspects, the political aspects, to the race thing, everything. They have brainwashed us to a level that we don't understand truth no more. We have been hidden. The truth has been hidden, and the lies has been basically the lies have became the truth over time. You know, so a lot of things you got to go back in time. You can't fix a problem unless you go back and destroy the root of it, and that's the problem with this land. No one goes back and destroy the root of anything. We just continue to keep going on and on and on, and so the problem never goes away. Like right now, as being African Americans, it's not that 3/5 of the human rule no longer applies to us because African Americans is not part of the Constitution. So the 3/5 of the human doesn't apply to the African American, but the African American doesn't really apply to the system. So you know, the digger you deep, you know what I'm saying, into this thing, it really opens your eyes and make it all see that it's all designed to keep us down. We haven't accomplished much in this land. Like most people got the false impression we had an African American president. When? Obama King in America. He's not African American, so we still ain't had an African American president.
So you know what, and the president at the president level, man, they don't run nothing, man. They don't run the country, man. It's behind the scenes who run the country, man. And so they allow a representative to appear to, you know what I'm saying, run the country, but that ain't the case.
I mean, that's you. You got my life in the shot. That's your company. If you allow me to sit on it. So right now you allow me to have your platform, but I don't own the company. That just means that you gave me a moment to speak on your platform. That's what's going on. You got 13 families that control this business. And none of them live in this, none of them in the business. The United States is a corporation. Nobody lives in the corporation to own it. You know, right now you get the families fighting a war against each other. That's what we see today going on. That's why the president's election went the way it is, and that's the way it's been going. You know, because those who was with the side that was ruling for a while, and then with the families that had more power and control, they've been winning. As you see with the Clintons and Obamas and the Bushes, everybody was all standing firm together against Trump because Trump is with the other owners. The other owners are warring. They're warring with each other, and we're affected by it. So that's what's going on. People are so brainwashed and looking at the fact that, we got a racist bigot president. No, that don't mean nothing. He the truth. He's exposing us for what it really is. You know, and this is what we need to see. We need to experience what's going on to open our eyes so we can stand and rightfully take our throne again.
Right. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So, man, as far as with Chicago, man, on all of our issues, watching from the ATL, what's going on, ATL? And you know what? And it's not just a Chicago problem, man. All black communities are experiencing the exact same problem, man. Every black community all across the world, man, in America is facing the same problem. Gang violence, drug violence. They flooded our communities with so much drugs. Gangs lack their opportunity. Also, once they pushed all these foreign-owned businesses in our community, we spend $1.3 trillion a year. But however, we spend 98% of that on foreign-owned businesses. We let Chinese come in our community take all of our money out. That's why our young brothers and sisters don't have a job. What's going on, Mind of a Journey? That's why our young brothers and sisters don't have jobs. So now they got to hustle on the street to feed their family. Now you got to protect yourself. Now you get these guns and drugs, and you go to gangs to protect you and as a family. We don't stick together. We need to start shopping black-owned in our own community so that money can come back to the community, so these young brothers will have jobs in their own community and don't have to be on the block, because a lot of the young brothers would rather be doing something productive. But we can't, as elders, we can't give them jobs because we don't own anything. You know what I'm saying? Chinese, they can hand their children jobs. Like, okay, cool, you 16 now, you can work. Come work in my business. And everybody.
But why is that?
We don't.
Why is that?
We don't. Yeah, we don't stick. If we was to shop in our own community with the businesses that live in the community, we would be able to own everything in our community.
All right, that's a partial truth, because you got to think like the Chinaman come over here and he's getting a grant. He's giving a grant and he's getting so much things so he can create his own business and wealth for his family. You got the Nigerian that come over here. You got the Russian that come over. They all get grants and they get things so they can build an opportunity for themselves in this land. We don't get that.
Right.
So we start off on a different scale as them, but people don't look at that. They look at it like, oh, we don't try. How can we? You give them grants and they can open up these things and build their family. We got to start from the ground up.
Right.
It's a lot harder for us to get to things, and not saying it can't happen and it don't happen, because it happens every day. But it's a lot harder for us to get to it versus them. So we're not compared to them on the same level.
And we also got to understand our foundation is in Africa. Like other foreigners come to this country with the foundation from their homeland. Like Chinese, they can easily bring money. And then you got Chinese billionaires that's bribing these senators to do for Chinatown. That's why Chinatown and all these other places, they stick together. They spend their money, all their money in Chinatown. They got even hotels now for when they people come from China, restaurants, schools, man. They got, and everybody else got Greektown, all types of other stuff, man. Everybody else got.
Let me ask you this, brother. Let me ask you this. Now, you say our homeland is Africa, or majority of us come from Africa, right? So, if that's the case, no Africans say they from Africa. They have their countries. You have Nigeria, you got Kenya. They don't say they from Africa. They say where they from. Right, you know, right. Like we say we American. Right, we say we're American. We got North, South, and Central America. We only belong to a piece of America, United States.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's bigger than all of this. It's a lot bigger than what we look at. It's a lot bigger than how we thinking. You know, what we thinking is a small scale of it. You know, we're not even American because we don't belong to the whole North, South, and Central America. We belong to one small part of the United States.
Right.
So how can we be African American? How can we claim Africa? If you think back in history, we fled into Africa, you know what I'm saying, trying to escape persecution from Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us not even from Africa. We ran to Africa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So history teaches us so many lies that we go back to my original point. In order to fix the problem, we got to find out who we are. Half of us don't even know who we are because we still draw off the fact that we're African. That's 1988 shit. I'm 38, so I'm 10 years older than the African American.
So check this out. So and that's why I say we have to open up our own schools. Like Dr. Umar is trying to open up his own school. I say we need our own schools because we need to teach our culture, our land, our history, our religion.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
We don't have a foundation.
We need spirituality. Religion is man-made. You got a lot of different religions made out of the same exact same scriptures. So religion is man-made. Our spirituality we need to get more in touch with. Because you can hear religion all day, but religion is something that man created. Spirituality, you can't tamper with spirituality.
Absolutely. So, hey, sister, I'm gonna get Sharita. I'm gonna get my life in the shot T-shirts. I'm gonna start selling them. I get a lot of them for my shows. I'm gonna start selling them because I do get that a lot. Plus, I want all my family members to have my life in the shot T-shirts. You know my connect. In fact, Rock, you plugged me with the connect on my life in the shot T-shirts.
Yeah.
I just had my ones. I just had
your one shirt.
Yeah, I just had it. I had it up under here. Yep, sure do. So, sister, I'm going to send you the information, mylifeintheshot@gmail.com. Email me and I can send you one. I need to re-up on T-shirts. So I switch up T-shirt every show I do. Anyway, back to Chicago. Chicago 2018, man. I was following the murder count already. As of the 4th, it was up to 8 murders. I don't know where we at today. We had a lot more. It looks like it's going to be another record-breaking 650, 700 murders in Chicago. That's why we have to do something and do something fast, because it looks like it's a trend as of now that's not going to stop. And our children, now I have a daughter that's going to be raised up in this, and you have children and family members, man. And so, and
I got a grandson.
Damn, bro, you got a grandson. I could be a grandfather.
So I look at things on a different scale. I got son, I got daughters, and I got a grandson. So I gotta look at things for a different scale. I gotta stand up for something different. I gotta make the truth out for them. I lost my my nephews through the senseless. I got some nephews that there's not being lost to the situation. So I mean, I look at things from a different wide of view now than what we was once looking through. I'm truly living and looking through my third eye now. These eyes that most of us utilize. I don't look through those eyes anymore because that's on a plain surface. My view is way broader now. I got more to live for, more to think about than just self.
Absolutely right. So I look at things on a different scale too, because now I got to send my little girl, to school out there in these streets. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm, as an adult, all the stuff my father and my mother was trying to teach me, I'm looking and trying to teach her.
Right.
And then now, so I got to reach back and try to give to some of these young brothers, because we don't have enough male mentors to tell these young brothers, look here, man, that shit ain't cool, man, to kill your brother and to be fighting with your brother, man. Because, it's a lot of brothers out there saying, oh, go ahead, do that shit. That shit is cool. And this rap and the music is telling these young brothers that shit is cool. You say the shirts. I haven't started selling the shirts yet. I don't know how much I'm going to sell them for. I ain't going to sell them for that much. $15, $20, but I got to order them first, and I'll let y'all know. I'm going to put it, I don't know if I can sell it on, I can sell it on Facebook. I can't sell it on YouTube. But, so like we were saying, so I'll let y'all know when I'll sell my Life in the Shot t-shirts. But like I was saying, back in the day, it's not enough male mentors and not enough men holding other men accountable. I'm going to start holding brothers accountable. Like I was saying, another sister, a lot of men are running away from their family, running away from their children, and leaving their children out there with single mothers. You know what I'm saying? So they running away from their responsibilities. Me, I'm going to start disowning brothers who run away from their children, because now them children grow up to be the killers on the street, man. And so now, we're going to have to start mentoring these young brothers and have more men step up and tell these young brothers, that way ain't cool, man. That's, you know what I'm saying? Go to school, go to work, man, and live. Because the system is designed for our children to go head right to them. They ain't got to do nothing to us. They could just let them have at it. Let them be. And they going to make us rich. They going to kill each other.
The difference of that is majority of the youth is looking at entertainers. They're those who have those platforms to have that voice. They're not looking at those who are out there that they could actually come up close to, because You figure like you, if you get out there, you talk to them, you got a platform, you got stuff for them to do. So that's a little more education, little more enticing for them. But when you get somebody else that's still halfway in the game trying to talk to them, what are you really telling them?
That's
Oh
what I'm
man,
saying.
don't go shoot nothing up, but I'm selling drugs. Don't go do this, but I'm doing this. So it's like we giving a miseducation because a lot of us are still involved.
See,
You know what I'm saying? So you can't change the way of people if you're still involved.
and see,
Even if you tell them, man, don't go shoot the block up, who gonna listen to you if you selling drugs?
if you still on the block, right? And see, that's what I'm saying. That's why we need to build by invest in our own community so that we can say, okay, young brother, you 16, man, don't go out there and selling drugs, man. I'll give you a job right up the street at my shop, man. So just come up there, work with me. I got you. And that's what blacks, that's what we cannot do. Everybody else can say, young brother, you need a job, man. Go up to my shop. I got you.
I mean, we fear our people. You know, they have put it in us where we fear our own people. We fear the mirror. We look at ourselves and get afraid. You know, we're afraid of our own shadow because we don't know what our shadow gonna do. You know, so it's designed. You know, it's just the way it is. It's designed all over this globe for us to be this way. For us to be, you know, it goes back to what I said, bro. If we don't know who we are, we forever in this condition. You know, we have to realize who we are. We have to start educating our youth on who we truly are. We ain't come. Our history didn't start in slavery. That's what they teach us.
That's
So
what
if our
they teach
history, your history is who you are. So if you started slavery, you're gonna return to slavery.
And
We ain't started slavery.
We're not teaching how our brothers and sisters come from kings and queens. And that's what, and then they're also going to teach you just Martin Luther King. That's it. That's all they're going to teach you. And so we don't know nothing about
They don't even teach you the truth about Martin Luther King, though. They don't teach you the truth about Martin Luther King. They teach you Martin Luther King had a dream. Martin Luther King died because he was going at the government because he wanted finance. He died because he was tired of that. I had a dream, and he wanted results. His last speech was, "I want results." You see what I'm saying? Justice of Us was his last speech. Farrakhan adopted that from Martin Luther King. See, most people do that because we don't dig deep enough in the history. I'd have a dream. That was a speech they poured on us. That wasn't what he died for. He died because he wanted land. He was trying to conquer. It's all out there. It's free information. People just all they can do is just go out there and find it. It's free information, bro. You know, it's not hard. Nothing is hidden. Even Malcolm X. You know, Malcolm X. You know, they don't teach enough for him. They just teach, you know, they don't teach, you know, the truth of him because he was trying to break away from racism. He was trying to come to humanity. You know, so it's a lot of different skills and a lot of different levels where they teach us. Even with Elijah Muhammad, you know, Farrakhan, a lot of them, you know, they teach black nationalism. You know, and it's needed. You know, a lot of things is needed, but at the end of the day, like I said, religion is man-made. Spirituality is something you can't get away from. Spirituality is going to connect us all. As long as we're religion, it's going to divide us.
Keep talking. So tell me about Malcolm X. And see, Malcolm X, you know, Malcolm X, he was teaching, what he was saying is that, he was talking about Martin Luther King. He was like, why are you teaching us to integrate? We need to teach to do for ourselves, to have our own land, our own schools, our own everything. Then we could talk about integration. Like Chinese don't talk about integration. They talk about, look, we're going to have our own. Y'all can have at it. They don't involve themselves in politics because it don't pertain to them. They don't matter. They buy their politicians. That's what Dr.
Because they know they're part of a business. See, our problem is, bro, and this is our real problem. We don't understand that this is a corporation.
Talking, bro.
This is a business. You know, America is a business. It's a corporation. And those who come in here, the Chinaman, the Russian, the Nigerian, the Kenyan, they come over here and they conduct business. So they become a part of a corporation. We're not part of that corporation. We don't want to look at it. We don't want to know the truth, but we still cattle. Our birth certificates, our social security, they sold. We're in $1 million in debt before we become 1 year old. You know what I'm saying? So we already set up to fail. It's designed for us to fail. And that's the wrong thing. People don't be fighting for all this. I'm fighting for this. I'm fighting for women's rights. I'm fighting for this. No, we've been fighting for the wrong thing. You got these homosexuals and gays got rights before we got rights. How is that even possible? Because we don't stand up to fight for our real rights. We still sitting out here talking about I'm an African American, or I'm a black, or this, that, and that. No, you even know who you are. So you can't stand up as a whole to fight for nothing. Because we're not a whole. We're divided. And that's our problem. Our problem is we need to figure out who we are. And we need to stand together as one and take what's rightfully ours. Because before the whole United States flag, you had the cherry tree flag and you had a red flag with a green star, the Moroccan flag. Those are the flags of this land. They destroyed two flags and kept the business flag. You see what I'm saying? So when you dig that up and you know that, then it's like all this is business. None of it matters. It's all business. And we not part of their business. We never was. We haven't gained no rights. We benefit off the rights for others. And that's the lack of education that everybody just missing out. What college have we really come to? They allowed us to get into the entertainment world, but they always use us to entertain them. They just pay us for it now. Right. So I'm saying, what's different from today and what they taught that happened back in slavery?
But they paying pennies. They profiting billions, and it tells you just like entertainment, just like sports, football. They profiting billions. They'll pay them. Okay, we give you $3 million, and we looking like, damn, I hit it. But we giving them billions, man.
Yeah, billions. I mean, it's designed for the rich to get rich.
Richard,
and a lot of us is the breakthrough. They hit the million dollars and survive this corporation, but it's designed for the mass of us to fail and for the mass of us to stay enslaved. If you're not an owner, then you're a slave. That's just the reality of it. So if you don't own nothing, then you're a slave.
Absolutely. Okay, Rock. What's going on? So, man, tell people where they can find you on social media, man. Matter of fact.
My social media is really just email me, Mohammed.Morocco7@gmail.com. All my social media are at the same email address.
Okay, man, brother. Great to have you on, man. And so for those of you who are on here, man, make sure y'all watch, follow my platform on Facebook as well. We do a lot of shows. I'm going to bring y'all Rock, Muhammad, a lot more, brother. I'm going to definitely bring you back, man, as much, brother, because I appreciate you coming on, man, because Chicago,
I appreciate you having
me. We have a big issue. We got a big problem. 2018, we already off to a bad start, and we got to come up with solutions now. We got to talk solutions, and we got to bring these young brothers. I'm going to start bringing the young gang members onto the platform and bring it out of them, because I remember being out there on the block that nobody would come to me and find out what the problem was, how I felt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I felt like, man, y'all going to them to find out what's the problem, but y'all not coming to me and find out from the source itself. And so that's why in my documentary, I go to the young gang members and ask them what's going on with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all watch the Chicago Way documentary, you're going to see that, I interview from the horse's mouth itself, from the young gang members, and me and you being former members on the block, you know what I'm saying? I can contest that nobody wanted to come and hear my side of the story, and why I was doing what I was doing. So, and so that's why I want to bring the young gang members. And drug dealing was something you had to do. Imagine working. Remember, I was working at Burger King, McDonald's, getting paid pennies. So I had to hit the blocks because I didn't even have enough money to get the fucking worker back. So I had to sell drugs, get on them blocks so that I can, even just survive, just to pay my phone bill, or even eat, or even go out on the weekends on my days off. You know what I'm saying? So I had to get on the streets. And a lot of these kids don't have a choice. It's either sell drugs and gang bang to survive. It's part of survival at this point.
It's always been part of survival.
Yeah, you gotta eat, so you gotta see it from these kids' perspective. We don't own any businesses in the black community, so you can't send these children to the corner store to get a job because it's foreign owned. They're not gonna hire them. The gas stations are owned by the Indians and the Arabics, so they're not gonna hire our children. So our children are left to sell drugs. We spend 98% of our money outside of our community. $1.3 trillion is going to waste. It benefits us none. So we're still slaves working in their businesses. They locking us up, so they got slave wages because we walking right into their trap.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
When you get the mask of our parents, and even from our parents to the parents today, they teach their kids to go to school and get good jobs. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? That's the problem. You teach your kids to go to school and get a good job. Why not teach them to get educated and own their own business? That's why we don't have that. Because man, say, well, tell a kid, go to school and get a good job. Fuck that job. You know what I'm saying? You want to own that business. Because if you go get that job, you're a slave. But if you're an owner, you can hire you some slaves.
So, right. So, bro, imagine how much money the average person spends on student loans, going to school, or paying for school, 8 hours a day, every day in somebody else's institution. Imagine if you put all that effort into your own job, your own business.
You'd be well worth it. First of all, you appreciate it way more.
Right, right.
You know, the mentality you would change because you seen what you worked for and you built it. You know, and now you built a corporation that when you perish, it's left to your kids and your grandkids and your family can live off of it. So that's a great accomplishment that someone can have. And that should be all of our goals. Like I say, it's all in what we teach our kids. If you teach them to go to school and go to college to get good grades and to get a good job, that's what we're gonna have, a lot of employees. But if we teach them to be owners, we're gonna have a lot of owners. It's all in what we teach them. You know, we are the future because we teaching the future. You know, and that's the problem. We look at our kids like they're the future, but they're learning from us. So if we don't tell them right, they make the same mistakes we do.
Absolutely. All right, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and end it there, man. Hey, good to have you on, man. And that's how we gotta do. We gotta own our own businesses. We gotta teach our children to be entrepreneurs and own their own businesses. Because the elders, we can't pass any business down. We can't hire our children. So they looking at us like, how you gonna tell me to get off the block and you still on the block hustling and trying to feed your family? You know what I'm saying? And we can't do anything. We can't take them off the block. We can't take them off the streets because we don't own anything. And that's why we have to shop in our own community, build by, invest in our. And then when one of our brothers make it, they leave. So all of the good brothers and the brothers who do hit it, whether they, graduate college and get a great job, they move out the community. So now the good brothers are gone to other communities. Then left their own community and see and I interviewed an African in my documentary and he was saying, like, I grew up with your father 30 years. Like our parents we grew up 30 years. So if I see your son fucking up, I'm gonna go out there and discipline him. And you could do the same because I know you 30 years. But now we don't even know our neighbors. We don't even know the people that live in our neighborhood because we got so much rotation of families and people coming in and out. We don't even know these people in our neighborhood. I go to the store, all new people. I don't know not one of these people. And I grew up in this community.
Well, I mean, that's because people come in, they come out. You know, it's designed that way. We get old and we move from where our parents, laid their roots at.
Right.
You know. So I mean, that's just the way it is. But it's not. When you don't own nothing, you don't have nothing to look forward to. You try to get away. If you are there, you stay in the house and you don't come outside and you don't get involved in what's going on. So I mean, that's what's really going on. No one's getting involved in nothing, the positive nor the negative.
So everybody has to get involved in their community somehow, some way, man. We got to put boots on the ground. Chicago 2018, we already off to a bad start. Everybody need to do some type of community service, man. Get out there, do something good for 2-3 young brothers, man. Grab them, you know what I'm saying, and mentor them. And let them know this ain't the way to go, man. Gang banging, shooting your own brother ain't the way to go. But how are we going to tell them, just like you say, if we can't put no money in their pocket? Other communities could say, go work at my store. You ain't got to hustle. You can just go get you a job. And that's that, but we can't do that. So, so economics is key. Economics is key, and we must change that first. Anyway, Rob, good to have you on. I'm gonna definitely have you on my platform as much as possible, bro. So be looking out for a call from me. Anybody else want to be a part of My Life in the Shy show? Just hit mylifeintheshy@gmail.com. I have y'all on. Peace, peace, peace.
Peace.